Got your girl in the cut. Hey guys, such a crazy thing that I'm doing. Honestly, conquering fear and, having the courage to just be putting yourself out there in front of a whole bunch of people. Honestly, I just got to a place where I was just like, you know what? It, I'm gonna just do me. I'm gonna say what I want. I'm gonna help a bunch of people out if they let me. And we're just going to go from there. A lot of you guys know me as Nala, and it might be a shock to you all, but that's actually not my real name. My name is Karen, but I will get into why I went from Karen to Nala. Well, throughout my younger years, I felt like my life was built for me. I was always being told what to do. Obviously, as a kid, that's what we all go through. But it wasn't things I wanted for myself. Let's just put it that way. I discovered that I became a people pleaser. I just finally got to a place where I need to let go of whoever this person is. This person does not belong to me. That's where Nala Will came out. And Nala, because of Lion King, and I do consider myself a lioness because I go after what I want, and most likely I will get it. That's what I prefer to be called. That's what I go by. When I was actually going by this new name, my friends at the time were actually like, girl, like, do you want us to call you Nala? And I was like, you know what? Like, actually, yeah. Like, and it was an actual serious conversation. Are you Nala to people? Do you want us to introduce you as Nala, or do you want us to introduce you as Karen? And then I finally made the full transition. And most likely I will legally change my name as well because nobody wants to be called a Karen. Come on. Nobody wants that. I took on this identity, Nala, and I recognized that maybe I was masking the healing that I needed to do and all of these characteristics that I took on that did not belong to me, that weren't who I was. I also take accountability for a few of the things that took place in my life. So, hey, here we are, being a woman, healing, gaining my power back, being able to express myself through my creative avenues like music. Before I am 30, I need to drop music because music is a huge thing for me. From a very young age till now, I've just always like dove into music. Like music just speaks to me in so many different ways. The layering, the vocals, everything about music makes me feel, and it's my escape. So definitely get into that, and hopefully we'll run across a few artists here, get a bit of their journey and why they started. I don't know where this is going to take me, honestly. I no longer want to limit my experiences on this earth due to fear. Fear. I'm just getting into it. But I'm realizing that, like, you can be in an imperfect space and still continue on to like give yourself with authenticity. You will regret it in the future if you don't try. I am in charge of my life. What I end up doing my next breath is, due to myself, unless otherwise. I've asked this question so many times to people, like, what would you do if you were not doing your 9 to 5? What would you be doing? And some people find it hard to answer this question because systemically, you are given options through school on what your career should be. There is like a threshold between motivation and discipline. I was overwhelmed and I had to ask myself what I really wanted. And I won't lie to you, this is one of the points where I did lean to God and I said to him, hey, I'm confused right now. open my eyes, let me see clearer. And you know what he did? He sat me down. And I mean, sat me down. He took absolutely everything away from me. One by one, my car broke down. I couldn't afford rent. I couldn't sustain my business. When you're in that position where you have lost absolutely everything, it feels like life is so hopeless. But you just know that there are so many things that you have that you're responsible for that require you to get up, require you to properly heal so that you're able to go on the other side of this. Maybe not even a month in, I was like, okay, okay. I asked and answered. During all that time, I'm having to figure out what are my next steps. What people do I need to walk away from? Who do I need to let go? Should I continue this business? What do I need? Where do I need to dig deep? And I did all that work. I'm still doing the work. I'm still healing. I'm still triggered by the little things. I'm still trying to figure out relationships with people where I have my boundaries set, but I'm also able to give the amount of love that I want to give. I had to really, really recognize that I'm not crazy for giving so much love, but I recognize that I need to have boundaries because people love to just take and take and take until you are sucked dry. And I found that in my friendships, I found that in my relationships, and I found that with certain family members. And I had to step back and be like, whoa, girlfriend, whoa, you are allowed to give this amount of love, but you need to learn to be discerned in who you are giving it to. I just went quiet. I went silent on absolutely everything in the world, and I just locked in. I was like, I know I want to be a sexy girl with a sexy back. I hit the gym 6 times a week. For my friendships, they will need to reciprocate some sort of level of the same love that I have, that understand balance, friendships that understand that not every room is for you to take. I had friendships that couldn't stand to see that I had come from such a low place in my life that I just hit a peak. I was killing it, and I am still killing it. That feeling of seizing where you feel like that energy just going over your skin, just crawling. I couldn't do that anymore. I secluded myself, I isolated myself, and I know that that was God's doing. He said, I need you to sit down. I need you to recognize all these things. I need you to open your eyes so that you are able to prepare yourself for the next chapter. So that when I give you these things back that you have yet to experience, that you will cherish that. If you ever feel stuck and you're just like, oh my goodness, what is the next step? Really sit back. It's okay to lock in and not be in communication with people. It's okay to be alone and to really dive in deep, going to therapy, journaling, reading a book, learning some basic skills to change your life so that you're able to reach the next level or become the best version of yourself. Where I was prior to all of this healing, I was attracting everything around me unhealed. And I kept on wanting to fix it. I kept on wanting to be Bob the Builder. And I hate that word anxiety. I think anxiety doesn't exist. And I think people love to just use that word so that they can feel, validated by the word. But that's just my personal opinion. This journey is honestly for the little girl in me who saw potential in her future and had circumstances where they tore her to bits. So to be here today, being able to have this beautiful smile on my face and take each day with a beautiful breath of fresh air, have my routines, and to have my people, I am so grateful. Because that girl deserves a lot more. And so do you. You deserve to heal from the wounds that lie inside of you because they do not belong to you. I am Zimbabwean and South African. Before I was 2, we moved to Texas for a little while. To be honest, it was the best time of my life, when you actually don't have any adult responsibilities or recollection of certain things that are happening around you. It looks like it's sunshines and roses, but it actually wasn't. I moved to Ontario, and that was for a few years. That's where I discovered my talents, my creativity. I discovered relationships with people that were safe, and I had mentors that wanted to see me excel in a lot of areas in my life. My parents had decided that we were going to move to Alberta. Worst decision that they could have ever made. But we live in no regrets. But definitely the worst period of my life was moving to Alberta for quite some time. Honestly, it just strips like your whole personality away. Unfortunately, I love it here now, but like it does strip away the color that you have, the joy that you may have. There's a lot of periods of like depression out here amongst others. It's very difficult when you live in a community where people are very individualistic. I'm so sorry, not sorry. I hope that I'm able to bridge some of that gap amongst certain people and amongst certain communities because I genuinely think that with like wholeness, like it would be so much better. Also, we need some activities out here that we can do in the winter and in the summer. Like shit needs to be rolling at all times around here. But hey, now we're here. This is where I've learned most of my life lessons and the beacon of like why I am who I really am. I am a mother of a sweet, sweet little girl. She is turning 9. Um, she's my joy. She's everything to me. And I couldn't be happier to be a mom. She has made me sweet. She has made me calm. She has taught me how to be gentle. And she's taught me how to listen as an adult now, some of those spaces weren't allowed culturally for me where I was able to just be listened to. I think if I was listened to as a child, a lot of things wouldn't have transpired in my life. But I listened to her. I opened that space for her to really dive deep into her emotions, whatever she's feeling. We always like to have conversations like that, and I hope that later on in life that it benefits her in the best ways. This small town definitely couldn't hold me back from pursuing my dreams. I decided that, you know what, forget it. I'm just gonna keep going, no matter what, no matter what it looks like. I just don't care anymore. I've always been afraid to just express myself because people have boxed me in and people have made me feel that my success is not something to be celebrated, but forget it. I'm going to be open, honest, raw, authentic, and try to reach as many people as I can throughout this journey, because why not? I want to heal out loud. I want to be on this journey and rip to shreds some of the things that I've been holding on to. I want to cry. I want to be happy. I want to be joyful. I want to connect with others and see what I'm able to accomplish here. I I'm just happy to be here. Yeah, this podcast is just about breaking cycles, Black generational trauma, traumas in general, and simply being able to find your voice in the most loudest room possible. You know, getting to have like proper relationships with people that are actually respectful of you. I think that's a big one. Connecting with people who respect your boundaries, your version of the story, your journey, that, sometimes it's okay to let go. And maybe you don't need that person in your life anymore. I hope people can respect that. Happy to be here. I'm happy to be me, the real NW. We'll see where this shindig goes. And if it's meant for me, I hope that you guys enjoyed this little something. We will chat soon. Bye.